Hey guys, it's Judy from A Girl in the Garden. I am coming to you tonight about 8:15. I'm going to make some bread. I made some bread this weekend and I was told by my kids that I never make bread. I never cook. Like what? And I don't make cookies. We had family in town, so apparently everyone else gets it, but they never get anything. So here I'm coming to you, and I'm going to make some bread. It's bread that you make and let it set for 12 to 15, 18 hours, depending on what you do. I usually do it right at the 12-hour mark, and it turns out really, really good. So I'm just going to make that tonight, and I'm just going to take you guys along for the ride, show you, and then tomorrow I will take you through step 2 and 3, and we'll go from there. And then tomorrow we're going to make some cookies. So let's get things going. Alrighty, so the first thing on our list is 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. You can also use bread flour. I've done both. I think they both turn out great. So we're just going to go with regular all-purpose. We're going to use regular all-purpose bleached flour. I have used the unbleached and I have used bread flour. They all work great, so whatever you have on hand. This was just what I have extra of, so I'm going to just use regular flour. And like I said, we need 3 1/2 cups. So if you don't have one of these, this is a 2 cup. So I'm just going to use the 2 cup. It comes in really handy. I really enjoy it. What I'm doing is I'm just leveling off my flour. Here's 2 cups. I need 3 1/4, so here's a 1 cupper. And here's my 2 cupper. So just gonna get this going. Level it off, push it down a little bit, and scrape off excess. We're going to put it right here in our pan. And then it calls for a 1/4 as well. So 3 1/4. I'll link this description or this recipe down below. It actually is coming from, it's Becky from AcreHomestead. It's her recipe. But we really like it, so we're going to just continue to use it. And then teaspoon salt. I use Redmond's pink Himalayan salt, and we need 2 teaspoons. So this is a Paper Chef measuring spoon. I love it. We need 2 of these. 1 and 2. All right, and then the next thing we need to do is 1/2 teaspoon of dry active yeast. So we're just going to take the same measuring spoon that we had, and we're going to move it to 1/2 teaspoon of dry active yeast. We're just going to put that in there. So now that all of our dry ingredients are in our pan, we are going to add water, and it's going to be 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're just going to take our bread whisk, pastry whisk, and we're just going to stir it. and you just want to get it to where it's just shaggy. It doesn't take that long, maybe a minute or two. You can do this on your in your mixer if you have a bread needle. You don't have to though. It doesn't, I mean, like I said, it doesn't take long. Like I said, it's looking pretty good for shagginess. Just going to take all this off, and we're just going to work it in with our hands a little bit. Just want to make sure your hands have a little flour on it. I'm just going to flip it, flip it, flip it. Just want to get all, ooh, I'm sorry, that had to hurt your ears. Just put it out here for a second. Normally I would leave everything in the pan, but I need to spray this pan really quick. I'm using the Chosen Food avocado coconut spray. It's organic. I got it from Asher Standard. So we're just gonna put it in here. Gonna make the dough a couple more rounds. We're gonna throw it in here. We're gonna throw the extra on top, and we're gonna have that looking like that. Now, you don't have to spray this. You don't have to spray the top. We're just gonna spray the top so it doesn't get dry. So when we go to do it in 12 hours, it's not gonna be as yes, I said to work with. It just keeps it a little bit moist. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take our saran wrap, our cling wrap, and we're gonna put it over here, over this. Since I'm using a towel that is not a linen-free towel, it's a cotton towel, I'm going to put my saran wrap here. Just make sure it's all covered. And then, but if you have a linen towel, by all means, you can definitely put it over there. So we're just covering it. Wow. And then we're putting a towel over the top. And because I always forget what time I started these, and it's good for 12 to 18 hours, we're just taking a pen and a Post-it note, and we're writing the time that we did this, so I know tomorrow morning how to manage my time appropriately. And then I'm just going to stick my little Post-it note on here. You don't have to do it. My brain needs all the reminders it can get. And I'm just going to set this away, and I'm going to put it over on my stove. And that is what we have for tonight. So that was step 1. Tomorrow is going to be step 2, where we kneaded a little bit, not a lot, and we're going to let it set for another 30 minutes. We're going to get our Dutch oven going, and we're just going to get that going, and then it only bakes a half hour. So we're going to do that, and then we are going to be eating some delicious bread tomorrow, but I will take you along. Have a good night. Hi, good morning. As promised, we're back in the kitchen. It's 6:30. And I was going to start making chocolate chip cookies because that's what is a favorite of my kids, and everyone has to work today or go to school, and I'm home. We have a doctor's appointment for my husband's cancer here, like later this afternoon, like around 4:30. So I thought, well, I'll just bake in the morning so everybody can go their separate ways, and with homemade fresh cookies. Well, that's not going to happen because I only have 1 cup of chocolate chips and I need 2. So we are going to now make blueberry muffins with a streusel top. So I'm going to take you guys along for that because I did promise that I'd bring you along, and then we're still waiting on the no knead bread. So let's get going. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start making the crumble topping, and that's a 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and butter that's melted. So we're going to get that started here. Alrighty, so we have melted our butter. That was nothing fun to watch, so I just did that off camera. And now we're going to be adding our flour. And again, this is just for the crumb topping, so we're just going to add it in here. Okay, so that's a 1/2 cup. Excuse me. Yeah, 1/2 cup. That's right. Oh my gosh, the struggle's real this morning. Alright, and then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of sugar. Level it out. Then we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Technical difficulty, you have to take a pause. I thought I had cinnamon, can't find it. One moment. Alright, we're back in business. Found it. Now I'm going to need a 1/2 teaspoon. It's going to make such a good crumb crust or topping. And then we're going to just take this and we're just going to fluff it until it gets crumbly. You see that? And you're just going to mix it until crumbs start to form. Doesn't take too long. And then we're going to set this in the fridge to get hard. You see that? So good. Yum! Alright, so now this just sits in the fridge for until I'm ready to bake with it for the topping. So we're going to set that right in there. Alright, and now we're going to get our recipe ready for the actual muffins. And I'm going to use my KitchenAid. I'm gonna use my KitchenAid. And we need do y'all ever bake and then be like, oh crap, I should have added this, or oh man, I should have done this, or oh snap. Yeah, I'm in the oh snap, I should have this morning. So bear with me, fine folks, bear with me. All right, so now we're gonna get our batter ready. Sugar, flour. We need 1.5 cups of flour. Just using a 1 cup, not my handy dandy 2 cup. So I don't trust myself making eyeball decisions this morning. I mean, it happens. We all have them, right? All right, and then I need baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder today. I need 2 of these. Just using store brand. I don't go through it enough, and I really don't want to spend the money for Azure standard. I mean, I just don't use enough of this to invest that much money in it. Now baking soda, definitely. Baking powder, not so much. All right, so now we're gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to do zest of some lemons. I had to go wake up a child for school. It is time for that today. So here we go. We're just going to zest our lemon. Now it says zest of 2 lemons. We don't do a whole lot of, my husband can't handle a whole lot of citrusy, and I know this isn't a whole lot, but I'm just going to do 1, and this is going to be more than enough. I'm just going to get it down. I have one of those fancy ones. I think I got this one years and years ago at a farmer's market. So I can't even link it below because I don't know. But anyway, so I checked on our bread that we're making, and that actually looks really good. I'm not going to show you guys yet. But it does look good. It's starting to double in size, which is what we want. All right, we have our lemon. We're gonna put that whole lemon aside, and I'm gonna do something else with that later. I'll probably put it in with my chicken. And now we have 1/3 of a cup of butter. So we're gonna cut our butter just going to do it as neatly as possible, and I don't know if we're going to be able to actually do that neat, but we're sure going to try. Okay. And give this a quick stir. All right. Now in another bowl, we're going to do our butter. I am not neat today at all. Normally I'm like, whoo, neat and clean. Today I'm like, barely keeping the eyes awake. All right. So I had the butter in here. Now we're going to do 1 egg. So we got that. We do save our eggshells. I don't know if you guys save your eggshells if you're a gardener or not. I highly recommend it. It's great for the garden. So now we're going to do 2/3 cup of buttermilk. Normally don't have buttermilk on hand, but I did need it for a recipe that I did, so we're just going to use up the rest of our half a gallon, which is nice to have on hand. I didn't realize how often I would actually use buttermilk, but I do use it quite a bit more frequently than what I thought I was going to use. So it may become a staple, it may not become a staple. I haven't decided yet if it's worth always having it on hand. It may be. I don't know. I'm just going to whisk this together. I was going to do everything in the KitchenAid, but I'm not sure if I need to. So we may, just to get it going here. So alright, so now that the batter is all mixed, we're going to fold in our 2 cups of blueberries. I'm using whole blueberries. I usually chop them. I'm not going to this morning. I'm going to have whole funness in here. So you just want to get it all gently folded in. Some goodness going on in there. Okay, I feel comfortable and confident with that. Now we're going to start putting it in our muffin pans. So I have a 24 muffin tin, and I only did 12 because that's what this recipe calls for. So we'll just see what it looks like. And if I need to add more tins, I will. If I don't, no skin, right, man? Just kidding. I had to say it. Thought I sounded cool. After I said it, not so cool. The recipe calls for a 3 tablespoon scoop. I don't have a 3 tablespoon scoop, so I just use a teaspoon and eyeball it. It's going to have a lot of berries in it. My favorite did it, folks. Yeah, now I remember why I always chop my blueberries. They're way too big. And I think 2 cups was way too much when they're not chopped. That's okay, right? We learn in the kitchen. We always want to learn every time we do something, and now I learned. I learned there's a reason why I do things the way I do things. I believe this 24 tin that I'm using is from Wilton. I've had it for years, a lot of years actually, and I have like 3 or 4 of them because I typically bake a lot. So as you can see, I needed more than just 12, so I'm going to fill in my gaps in the middle, and I think I have enough for 4, so I'm just going to take this. I'm going to fill it in, and we'll see how it goes from there. And then we'll add our topping. Hi! I have a kitten with us right now. And he's just the sweetest little thing. We're his transitional home. So we are just holding on to him until his new owners are ready. And he's just the sweetest little thing. I don't know if you can hear those baby little meows in the back, but oh my goodness, it just melts my heart. And he is just, oh, he's just adorable. I do not need any more cats. As you guys, if you've seen any videos of mine, you have definitely seen Leo and Oliver, and they are definitely the kings of the castle over here. Okay, so here we are. Everything is in here. All the mix is in here. Now we're just going to take our crumbs, and we're just going to crumb it up. This is a different kind of crumb mix that I use. Alright, let me just be honest. This is a new recipe. I found it from another YouTuber. Well, I think I like the other one that she has better. So, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just error, cook's error, right? Because we already know I'm not awake, so, or wasn't awake when I started this project. And I've had to stop the camera a couple times, and, you know, mom life, which is fine. That's the best life, you know. So we have our oven on 350, and it has to bake for 28 minutes to 35 minutes, depending on the texture in the end. So I will take you along for that. I'm just going to continue with this crumb little topping here. My hands are clean, folks. I'm not going to touch all this stuff without having clean hands. That's just gross. Alright, it said to have the crumb topping in the fridge while you're waiting. I get why they did it. I just don't know if I get why they did it, if that makes sense. Well, hello, happy boy. The little kitty is making a entrance. Hi. Oh, hi, good morning. Hi. I know. Life is so good, isn't it? Y'all, he is the sweetest little thing. I do not need another cat. Oh my gosh, I do not need another animal. So, anyway. No, we're not gonna claw. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so these are gonna go in the oven for 28 to 35 minutes. I'll check them at 28, and then I'll bring you guys along. Alright, so I pulled them out of the oven, and they are done. I'm not sure if I like this crumb topping or not, but we'll let the experts try it. But anyway, that's what we have. That's how they turned out. I think they look great. They smell amazing. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision, so y'all could take advantage of this yumminess. But I'll let you know when one of the taste testers awaken or come downstairs, and I'll let you know what they think. Hey, good morning. All right, so we are back. We are with the bread, and it's been about 13 hours-ish, and it has doubled in size, and it's doing everything that it's supposed to do. So we're just going to get started. We're going to do step 2, and that is just knead it a little bit, and then let it rest another half hour, and then we'll bake it. All right, so I'm back. I have my hands washed. I got the apron on. Cute little apron that I got off from Amazon. I love it. Love it, love it. It's waterproof. Looking forward to the garden and the pockets that I have tucked in here. Can't wait. Anyway, back to the bread. So, this is the bread. Looks pretty good. Looks exactly how we want it to look. I have some flour already on my parchment paper that we're just going to use to knead it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring it in. We're just going to, a couple times, not that many, just enough to get it smooth again. Let it rise for another half hour. And then in the meantime of this rising, we're going to get our oven preheated to 450 degrees. And when we're preheating it to 450 degrees, we're actually going to be putting in our Dutch oven as well. And that just kind of helps, well, the Dutch oven's going to be hot as craziness. And we're just going to put our parchment paper in there. It's going to bake. It's going to taste so good. Can't wait. So we're just folding it in. We're not going to do too much. See how smooth it is? Oh, it just looks beautiful. Oh my goodness. Absolutely yummy. Okay, so here's our bowl, our dough. Just gonna take a knife and I'm gonna do a little design here. And this is just to help the airflow and so the bread can expand. You can really do any design you want. I just usually do a straight line and then 3 on each side in between the ones that I've already done. So when it splits open, it's beautiful. So now we're going to stick this back in our pan. In our bowl, I'm going to put a little bit of more flour on it. Just for the bottom. Sprinkle on top. I don't need to, but I like it for design. We're going to stick it back in here. We're going to set the timer. And we're going to let it rise for 30 minutes. So I just started the oven. The oven's preheating to 400. I have my Dutch oven cast iron pan in there. Sorry, one of the animals was running past the other room, and I was like, what are they doing? But anyway, so the Dutch oven is in the oven, preheating with the oven, 450 with the lid on. Then when this is done, rising 30 minutes, timer's going on. We'll get going, and then in about, overall, in an hour, we'll have bread. Okay, so I need a nap. Funny story. I have this full-on conversation with y'all, excuse me, about next steps and what we're doing, and putting the bread in, and how hot my cast iron pan was. Didn't have the camera on, so it is now in here at 450 degrees. The bread is in the cast iron pan, and we have 28 minutes roughly to go. So when I pull it out, I will make sure you guys are with me. All right, so I am taking the lid off my Dutch oven here. Oh gosh, that looks so good. And then I'm closing this back up and setting the timer. So I just set the timer for 10 minutes, and then this bread will be done. It smells so good. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Just to follow up, we made those muffins. They smelled really good. They were okay in taste. They were okay. They weren't great by any means at all. I really think my blueberries are just too big. So I had to run to the store and grab some stuff. I got wild blueberries. I'm wondering if that will make a difference. So I'm going to make another round. Probably not today. Probably sometime this week. So we're going to try wild blueberries. They're a little bit smaller. Supposed to be a little bit different taste and texture. I really hope that will make a difference because I'm just struggling on these blueberry muffins. So if you have a blueberry recipe that you enjoy and that you like and it's tried and true, please let me know because I need one. All right. It's been 10 minutes, so we are going to pull this out. Oh my gosh, it looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me pop it up here for you. Doesn't that look just beautiful? Oh, smells so good. All right, I'm going to let it rest here for a hot second, and then I'm going to get it out on a cooling rack. There it is, folks. Doesn't she look beautiful? She is so warm and so hot. I cannot. Oh, that crust. Perfection. All right, check out the recipe below. And I just want to say thank you for coming along with me today or last night and then today, making bread, making homemade muffins. Even though the muffins weren't my favorite, we still made them from scratch. How awesome is that? I just want to say thank you for coming along with me in the kitchen. I enjoy doing this, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, share. I really want to grow this channel, and I can't do that by myself. So thank you, and thank you. Have a great day, everyone.